Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service, and it's 100% online. With BetterHelp, you can tap into a network of over 25,000 licensed and experienced therapists who can help you with a wide range of issues. To get started, you just answer a few questions about your needs and preferences in therapy. That way, BetterHelp can match you with the right therapist from their network. Then you can talk to your therapist however you feel comfortable, whether it's via text, chat, phone, or video call. You can message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you. If your therapist isn't the right fit for any reason, you can switch to a new therapist at no additional charge. With BetterHelp, you get the same professionalism and quality you expect from in-office therapy, but with a therapist who is custom-picked for you, more scheduling flexibility, and at a more affordable price. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/thebarn. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/thebarn.
Hello, my name is Jason Lowry.
And I'm a very cold Mark Toti.
And this is a very hot Parkland podcast.
It's the Parkland Podcast with Jason and Mark. It's the Parkland Podcast with Jason and Mark. They got plenty to say. They got plenty of heart. On the Parkland Podcast with Jason and Mark. It's the Parkland Podcast. Yeah, the Parkland Podcast. It's the Parkland Podcast. Yeah, the Parkland Podcast with Jason and Mark. Jason and Mark.
The song just keeps getting better every time I hear it.
Yes, but we're about to prove that Tom Toti is not the only musical talent in this family.
That's right. We have a Parkland Podcast exclusive from an event that happened this past weekend where Mark Toti actually sang a song with a member of the Grand Ole Opry.
Well, it was Shannon Cox. It was very cool. I went to the Habitat for Humanity wine tasting.
Yeah.
Yes. And Shannon said, he was there playing, and he says, "Hey, Mark, what song do you want to sing?" And I said, "Yeah, right." And he said, No. I said, "Well, it better be something up-tempo." And we pulled out an old Marty Stewart, Travis Tritt song, "The Whiskey Ain't Workin'." And unbeknownst to me, my good friend Don Lilly, Mr. Carpet,
Yeah.
he recorded it on his phone and sent it to me. And I listened to it, and I said, well, I'm not going to quit my day job anytime soon, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. So and he said, put it on your podcast. And I said, sure, why not?
Here we go. The one and only Mark Toti with Shannon Cox. The whiskey ain't working no more.
Tell him, Toti. Well, woman, warm and willing is what I'm still looking for. 'Cause the whiskey ain't a-working anymore. Lord, the whiskey ain't working anymore. That's for sure.
Oh, I felt like a DJ front selling that one. Did I nail the post?
You got it, man.
Yeah.
You should work in radio.
I should have.
So how was your Halloween since it was your birthday?
Oh, my gosh. It was amazing. So trick-or-treat plans. We hit Chestnut Street in Deloge. That's the main thoroughfare for trick-or-treating. Went and saw my parents first. And then my brother and sister-in-law live on Harry Jr. Street as well, so that was close enough to go back and forth. And then we kind of found a little hidden treasure by my sister-in-law's house. There was a church that was doing a trunk or treat.
Yeah.
And you couldn't tell because it was pretty dark parking lot. But it worked out great because all around this trunk or treat were these houses that weren't getting a lot of traffic. And so we'd show up and the people would be like, oh, I got to get rid of all this candy. Plump, 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 plump. And I mean, it was unbelievable how much cool candy we got. Great day at school. I recorded the announcements, all kind of Halloween-y.
Blah.
And got my birthday selfie taken with Dr. Lamons. and it was a great birthday and a great Halloween. I know everybody enjoyed the Vicky Visnosky interview from last week. We gave that an
a lot
extra
of good
run on
publicity
Facebook.
on that.
And then we also asked you to submit your pics of your ghouls and goblins on our Facebook page, and we're going to be contacting the winners of that contest. Saw some awesome costumes. What was the best costume you saw on Halloween this year, you think?
Ooh, I don't know. There were so many to choose from. I was at a trunk or treat at my church, and we had so many kids come through. It's hard to really say. We had one guy that had a mask on, and it had some blood, a streak of blood going around here. And when he pushed a button, blood would pour down the face, the front of the mask. Very, very cool. Very cool. I thought that was kind of neat.
My favorite was the party pooper. It was an inflatable toilet that you wore around your waist, and it kind of covered your feet, and then like you had little aired up feet that stuck out the side. That's a lot of fun.
That was pretty cool.
Party pooper. Lots of sponsors on this
baby.
week's episode. We better thank them before we get too far in. Parkland Pharmacy, Discover Farmington, First State Community Bank, Save-A-Lot of the Parkland, Heimberger Construction, Subway of the Parkland, Earth Mother Health Foods, the St. Francis County Republican Committee, Booze and Bark Carpet and Flooring, Casey Cassidy, First State Representative, and Southeast Missouri Mental Health Center. Do you have any music trivia for us?
Just a little bit of trivia for you. One of my favorite bands of all time is Kansas.
Yes.
Got to see them when I was a teenager. They came to Six Flags. They had just come out with Song for America, which still ranks in the top 3 or 4 of my all-time favorite songs. But anyway, they started out playing bars in the Midwest. They hated to play cover songs, but they had to because the bar owners wouldn't let them play original music. So they got around that by telling the bar owners that they were actually playing cover tunes from the Allman Brothers.
Oh.
Which I thought was kind of cool. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
Well, I
Well,
don't
that sounds
recognize that song. No, it's an Allman Brothers song. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's all right then. Way to go, Kansas.
Very cool. Kansas, excellent live band. The violin in the band.
That Robbie, whatever his name is, he was awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, love that band.
How about a Toti-ly awesome radio story?
Well, I don't know how totally awesome it is, but I want to give a shout out to a gal named Lauren Hancock who used to work at our radio station. And I don't remember what year it was. It goes back at least 10 or 12 years. The baseball all-star game was in St. Louis that year.
Yes.
And so we managed to get a hookup right outside of Busch Stadium. And Lauren and I drove up there to do the broadcast for the radio station. And wouldn't you know, we were right by Al Rabowski's place when he had the little tavern or the bar on the other side of Busch Stadium. And Al came by and joined us. And I talked to him for a few minutes. And then he saw Lauren, who is quite fetching, I might add.
Fetching, yes.
And as soon as he saw Lauren, I might as well have gone back to Farmington because he didn't want anything to do with me. Ow. He kept talking to Lauren and he kept talking to Lauren and he kept talking to Lauren. And I'm like, hey, Al, I'm over here. But didn't do much good. He really didn't care that I was there. He only had eyes for Lauren.
Remember when he messed up his neck really bad and like he did a whole season in a neck brace?
I kind of remember that. I still like Al Rabowski, the Mad Hungarian, but to say he has an eye for the ladies would be an understatement. I saw it firsthand because when it was Lauren and me at the All-Star game, it might as well have just been Lauren.
Do you have any totally awesome radio stories involving election night coverage? I know we've kind of touched on some of these before. I have one that I want to share if you want to think about that.
Oh, no, the only thing that really sticks out in my mind was it was 11 o'clock at night, and I was at the St. Francis County Courthouse, and the county clerk, Arthur Halsey at the time, comes in and says, "We've got computer problems." And I'm like, it's 11 o'clock in the morning and you've now figuring out you got computer problems? He says, "We've got to get a new part from Perryville. So we're going to meet the guys halfway there." We didn't get back to the radio station till like 2 a.m. Typed my story up, got home at 3, had to be back at 5 o'clock. See, this new computer system, the way it's all done now, is so much better. If we're there past 9 o'clock, we're like, oh, it's a late night. But man, back in the day, it would just go on forever and ever for these November elections.
I'm going to go back to the November 2000 election, my first election working in radio. And my job, because I was the overnight guy at the time, was to cover the outlying counties. I believe it was like Reynolds County, Dent County, Bollinger County. And so I was in the newsroom calling these courthouses and, trying to get some numbers. And it was Scott Cheatham and Mike Ramsey were like back they were at Master Control. Scott was on the board. Mike was like right there next to him. You, I'm sure, were at St. Francis County. Hal was at Jefferson County. Everybody else is blah, blah, blah. And so it's my very first time to get on the radio to do election night coverage. And I'm pretty nervous. And so, I've kind of rehearsed what I'm going to say. And Cheatham gives me this really, nice, flowery announcement to introduce me. Here's Jason Lowry. Jason is one of the newest members of the J98 team. And Jason, you have the results from Reynolds County. And so I start talking. And as I start talking, I can tell out of the corner of my eye that Scott Cheatham, who is a very pale, fairly heavy guy, at least at the time, and also I learned a very hairy guy, starts taking his shirt and pulling it up and flashing me while I'm reading these election night coverage. And I'm trying so hard not to break character, super nervous. And then I think Mike Ramsey at one point kind of bent over and simulated what looked to be a really long fart. And I was so proud of myself. I held it together, even though Scott Cheatham was very hairy and very pale.
And he went on to become a preacher. Go figure.
I know, right? So there you go. Those are your totally awesome radio stories for this episode. Want to talk about Booz & Bark Flooring and Granite. They have been family owned and operated since 1941. As long as I can remember, Booz & Bark Carpet has been in our area. And Mark, if you were to survey, I guess, all the homes in St. Francis County, I would say a majority of them have something in them from Booz & Barks.
Let's send a shout out to Gary and to Todd and Chad and all the folks at Booz & Bark for being a part of the podcast. Boy, if you like selection, if you like options, if you're not sure what you want in terms of flooring, whether it be hardwood or carpeting or vinyl, these are the folks to see. And where are you located at? It doesn't matter. If you can see this podcast, you're pretty much in Booz & Bark country.
And if you live outside of Booz & Bark Carpet or Booz & Bark country, you can go to boozandbarkflooring.com and it can be shipped to you no matter where you are. That's how good they do. boozandbarkflooring.com has a great deal right now. You can save up to 50% off the top colors of in-stock Core Tech flooring. Of course, Booz & Bark does countertops, trailers, and so much more.
Yeah, there's a lot to choose from, like we said, at Booz & Bark, and they're very involved in the community as well. Great to be partnering up with you on the podcast.
There's a reason why Booz & Bark has so many employees of over 10, 20, 30 years. They have that spacious showroom on Highway 67 at the Fairgrounds exit. And, of course, they take great care of their customers. 431-4100, Booz & Bark Flooring and Granite, proud sponsor of the Parkland podcast.
The St. Francis County Republican Central Committee wants to make sure that our rights are protected this November. The committee endorses Mike Henderson for Missouri State Senate District 3. Becky Lobinger for State Representative in the 117th District. Carrie Buckley for St. Francis County District 1 Associate Commissioner. And Dale Wright for State Representative in the 116th District. These candidates represent conservative values and will uphold the Constitution and protect the freedoms that make America great. This message paid for by the St. Francis County Republican Central Committee. Kyle Smith, Treasurer.
Time to check news now on the Parkland Podcast. News brought to you by Subway. Eat fresh. Subway of Farmington, Park Hills, and Deloge, sponsoring our news coverage.
They said it couldn't be done. They said the world would never accept a cookie this long, or pretzel, and probably not a churro. They also said, under no circumstances should those really long and delicious treats be wildly affordable. Then we said, but we already made them, and they are. Introducing the incredible new foot-long sidekicks. Get one at Subway today.
The cleanup and investigation continues concerning the fire this past week at the Critical Mineral Recovery Battery Recycling Facility in Fredericktown, located on Highway 00 near Fredericktown. It caught fire this past Wednesday, causing some evacuations in the area. No injuries were reported because of the hazardous materials. The EPA is leading the investigation and cleanup. There have been reports of dead fish and streams around in the area, and many are concerned about the environmental effect on the community.
The city of Deloge is calling for a Board of Alderpersons special meeting to take place Monday evening at 5 o'clock. According to the agenda released on Friday, the board will meet and go directly into closed session. The agenda then calls for the board to go back into open session and to appoint a prosecuting attorney. Of course, the city of Deloge involved with the impeachment of Mayor Pete Pasternak. We'll have more details about this meeting coming up on our next podcast.
A lot of excitement this past week at Caliber Collision. Farmington police responded to an accident on Halloween morning at the facility on Walker Drive in Farmington. A pickup truck had driven through the east wall of the building. The investigation revealed that Richard Barnes, a 71-year-old male from Bismarck, was driving south when he ran off 67, went through a ditch, and struck the east side of the center. The vehicle entered the building, striking a vehicle inside that was being repaired, and slung debris onto another vehicle inside the shop. Barnes was taken to Parkland South with minor injuries. The investigation does continue.
And the new Berry Road Bridge project is finally getting underway in the north half of St. Francis County. The project, funded through St. Francis County, saw the old bridge torn down over Big River. The new bridge will be completed within the next 2 years. And now at this time, Mark Toti had a chance to catch up with Ginger Williams, longtime employee of the St. Francis County
MCII Sheltered Workshop.
And here's their interview now on the Parkland Podcast.
Well, it is our pleasure to visit on the Parkland Podcast now with Ginger Williams. There was a wonderful ceremony held for her to mark her retirement from the MCII Sheltered Workshop in Farmington. Ginger, what a great turnout. What a show of love for you.
Oh, thank you, Mark. It's been, I've been so blessed to be here for 40 years. And I can honestly say I'm thrilled with the new management that's come in, and I know that everyone's going to be taken well care of.
This is a labor of love for you to have been here for so long.
Yes, it is. My first day of work, I was hired as a part-time secretary, and about 4 years later, I started being general manager, and it has been a whirlwind. It's crazy how some of the days and weeks seem so long, but the years have flown by, and I've just got so much to be thankful for, and it's a wonderful place. I was truly blessed to get this job.
You have your family at home, but you have your family here at the workshop, don't you?
Yes, I do, and we are all family, and that's one of the most important parts of shelter workshops is that everyone is family. We all have things in common, and we all share the love.
So I've known you for a long time, and one thing that's always impressed me about this place, and I'm sure you too, is just how much it's grown over the years.
Yes, we have, and we built this building almost 21 years ago, and moved in here, and we've taken really, really good care of it. We've grown our customer base, and we're just very proud of what we do.
Do you have a highlight of all your years here, something that's happened that makes you go, wow, I'm glad I was a part of that?
This building is the biggest accomplishment as far as that goes. You know, this was John Mayfield is on our board, and his dad was a charter board member, one of the original board members on the steering committee to get the Sheltered Workshop started in St. Francis County. And it was always a dream of his for us to get a new building, and he did not get to see it. But since day one, there has been a Mayfield on this board, and I'm very, very proud of that. And I know that John Sr. would be so proud of this building, of what we've done.
Tell us about the person taking over for you.
Jessica Barton. Jessica is she was a pharmacist for almost 17 years at Pharmax in Ludington. You know, starting, I believe, with COVID and everything that has happened since then, it just became difficult for the pharmacist, and I started seeing things on the news about how much they were struggling and how difficult and how hard their jobs had become. So I just kind of started planting a little seed of, boy, Jess, I wish you could work here. I wish you could take over for me one day. And lo and behold, it happened. And honestly, getting Jessica here has been an answer to a prayer. She's doing a wonderful job. She has experience with working with those who need the extra help, and we're thrilled she's here.
You had a nice proclamation read in your honor from Congressman Smith and from State Representative Dale Wright. That had to make you feel good.
Oh yes, it did. It made me pretty teary. It's nice to be recognized for something that you do that's so natural. You know, it just becomes a natural part of your day, and you don't expect people to really notice and take note, and so when they do, it's extra special.
So what's next for Ginger Williams?
Well, Ken and I are hoping to do some traveling, and we just had a new deck built on our house, and I've got the perfect place for reading, and of course we had to have a television out there for football and baseball and all that stuff. So you know, we're just planning to kind of slow down and do some things that have been on a bucket list.
So if I know Ken well enough, and I think I do, maybe some more fishing in your future?
No, Mark, there will not be. Ken will continue to fish. I mean, he took me out one day to Toti-ly. Our dog and I went, which she goes with him a lot, but we went out and he took me for a boat ride, and I enjoy that. But to sit there all day, I've been there, done that, not fun for me. So I wish him the best.
I know there's a lot of things in closing, a lot of people you want to say thank you to.
Oh my goodness. Our board of directors here is second to none. You know, they know that we are a not-for-profit, but they understand the reality of how, you know, we have to conduct this as a business. And that's so important for everyone to keep in mind. But mostly, and I've got to say too, accolades to my staff. The staff that is here is second to none. It just continued to get better. I do think that there was a blessing in how everything just fell together as it was supposed to be before Jessica started. And but mostly, Mark, it's our employees who get all the praise and all the thanks. And I can't forget our customers. Without them, we could not survive. And also our Senate Bill 40 board, who does so much to support the workshop. They provide door-to-door transportation of our employees to and from home every day. And that's, you know, with us being in a county that does not necessarily have public transportation, that has just been a blessing too. You know, there's just all of the pieces between the board, the staff, the employees, the customers, the county board. None of this would work without the other. So we've got a lot of wheels that all have to turn the same way, and we're very lucky, and we've been able to accomplish that.
Ginger, thank you so much for the interview. Thank you for all the years we've got to work together on different things, and we wish you the best in your future.
Thank you so much, Mark. You know how special you are to me, and I'll always love you.
Back at you, back at you. That's Ginger Williams stepping down after 40 years as with the MCII Sheltered Workshop. She started here when she was about 6, by the way. She's been our guest on the Parkland Podcast.
Heimberger Construction has the beautiful website, heimbergerconstruction.com. There you can see the beautiful work they've done around the Parkland, or just kind of look around when you're driving around. And Mark, that's all because of the great support they get from Butler Buildings. Yeah, Butler Buildings, they are the best metal building system on the market. The only buildings that have a pre-punched roof system and standard 360-degree roof seam for their standing seam roof. And you've got Jennifer Heimberger when you deal with Heimberger Construction. She is one of the most on-the-ball people I have ever met. And she really wants to do the job, and she wants to do it well. She wants to do it right, and she wants to give you the best bang for your buck. So if you're adding on, if you're expanding, if you're relocating, and you need a new building, I totally recommend Heimberger Construction. HeimbergerConstruction.com, your home of Butler Buildings in the Parkland and in this region. They've done work locally. They've done work nationally. Check them all out. HeimbergerConstruction.com.
Parkland Pharmacy is out to prove that local independent pharmacy is alive and well. We work hard at giving you an excellent experience every time you come to see us. We love what we do, and we would love to take care of you. There's no need to be frustrated with your health care. If you're tired of what your pharmacy is not doing for you, then stop waiting in line and come see us today. We have 6 locations across Southeast Missouri, so Google us to find the store nearest you or visit parklandrx.com. Parkland Pharmacy is a local pharmacy at its finest.
It's the memories made during a weekend with the girls, a family adventure, or a Sunday stroll in historic downtown. At First State Community Bank, we have a strong passion for small business owners and the students and families who live, work, and play here. Our passion for them runs deep because this is our community too. First State Community Bank. Success starts here.
Time to check the events. That's sponsored by Discover Farmington. More than you ever imagined. DiscoverFarmingtonMo.com allows you to find out more about entertainment, dining, outdoor activities, wineries, and more. And now they're shifting their focus to the holidays coming up. So many neat Christmassy activities yet to come, coming your way in Farmington and the area.
Farmington, Missouri, your destination for a perfect weekend getaway. Dine in at one of our quality restaurants or visit one of our surrounding wineries. Farmington offers a variety of parks and other recreational leisure time activities. See some sights, have some fun, and go wherever your heart takes you. Sounds like a lot of fun, so get a room and stay a while. All this and more awaits you just 60 miles south of St. Louis. Discover Farmington today.
I know there's going to be a big Christmas lighting ceremony. I know there's going to be a big Christmas parade in Farmington. A lot of communities having Christmas parades. We'll have more on that as we get a little bit closer. But right now we want to tell you about Mom's Cafe offering a free meal on Wednesday at the Methodist Church in Farmington.
Final week for Dine Out for the United Way of St. Francis County. Enjoy El Tapatio at either the Park Hills or the Deloge location on Thursday, and a portion of the proceeds go to the United Way of St. Francis County.
Try the Hilesco. It is mouth-wateringly good. We've got blood drives to tell you about, one at New Heights Church coming up on the 6th, one at Farmington High School on November 8th.
I'll be there. Farmington Family Dental has a free day of dental care for veterans. That happens on Friday, November 8th, but you have to call and schedule an appointment, and their phone number is 573-756-5760.
I'll be there for that. Mrs. Roper Romp Boutique Crawl November 16th in Farmington. Call the Chamber for more information. And guys, they are looking for someone to play Mrs. Roper's husband.
Mr. Roper.
Mr. Roper,
yeah,
yes.
Very good. Help the Hungry Bake Sale happens Saturday, November 23rd, starting at 9 a.m. at St. Joseph Catholic School Gymnasium. I believe we're doing that week's episode of the podcast from that event.
That's the hope, yes. We have to clear that through Chris first, though.
Yes, and probably Dr. Boyd at St. Joe's, too, although I think we'll be okay there.
I think so. The Turkey Trot and 1 Mile Gobble Wobble is Thanksgiving Day at the Farmington Public Library. They always have a huge turnout for that.
I hope the turkey wins.
Yeah, well, it'd be like when the president, pardons the turkey. Yeah. You do need to go by the Civic Center for more information on that, or call Kristen White for more information on that.
And your Christmas parades, the Bonne Terre Chamber of Commerce Christmas Parade will be the first one we'll have. That'll be on Monday, December 2nd.
Hefner's Furniture, Park Hills, Leadington Chamber Christmas Parade is Thursday the 5th.
And then the Kreckler Jewelers Farmington Christmas Parade is Friday, December 6th.
And don't forget about Christmas in the Park at Deloge Park on Saturday the 7th.
And those are your events. They are brought to you by Discover Farmington, more than you ever imagined. Find out about local events, even book a wedding or day trip at discoverfarmingtonmo.com. Yummy, yummy Save-A-Lots of the Parkland, Bonne Terre, DeSoto, Potosi, Park Hills, and Farmington. Butchers at every store. They got the 5 for $24.99 deal. And there's always something new and interesting to try. I know my brother-in-law kind of created a Emo's Pizza dip, and he got all the ingredients from our local Save-A-Lot store.
I'll tell you what, and we're getting very close to Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to get your Thanksgiving turkey,
yes,
you definitely want to check out Save-A-Lot. And then for your Christmas hams, I know that Clint will be more than happy to give you the hookup there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They do the best. I know my dad has already secured the Thanksgiving ham. He's kind of weird. But that'll be coming up. And, yes, Save-A-Lot is your place to go for your holiday feast.
Nice, clean stores, wonderful people, great place to shop and save. How about that?
Ooh, save a lot of the Parkland. First State Community Bank, FSCB.com, locations all over Southeast Missouri. We have the big locations in Farmington, of course, the headquarters in downtown, the Maple Valley Center, the Carson, Washington location, the bank at Farmington High School. I wonder, I might see if I can apply for a loan while I'm there during my plan period.
I want to send a shout out to the folks at First State Community Bank because they do the Horizons Club.
Yes.
If you are of a certain age and you qualify, you really need to check it out because they take some fantastic trips to a lot of different locations here locally, regionally, and across the country. And they're very affordable. I love the idea of the Horizon Club.
Are you going to take one of those Horizon Club
I
trips?
very well might. I've been tossing it about for a while now, and I'm ready almost to make that jump.
Are they going to sing? Do they like sing on the bus when they go places? I know sometimes groups do that.
99 bottles of beer on the bus. No, I don't know if they do that, but I do love.
That's a different club.
Yeah. Do love First State Community Bank.
Yeah, they have great service. They're all about being in the community and sponsoring events, volunteering, and of course, they have all the same things that you need to help take care of your finances as everybody else, but they're just friendly. First State Community Bank, FSCB.com. Our birthday segment this week is brought to you by Earth Mother Health Foods, located in downtown Farmington. EarthMotherHealthFoods.com sponsoring our birthdays. Mark Toti, who do you have for Monday, November 4th?
Hey, just one birthday for Monday. She's a sweetheart. Corey Wade Pipkin, happy birthday to you. Got to know her through First State Community Bank, one of our fine sponsors. Corey, happy birthday. Hope you have a great day.
How about my nephew, Mr. Brody Lowry? He is 12 on Monday. Happy birthday, Brody.
Big Smelly?
When he takes his shoes off. Happy birthday, Brody. Carrie Bayless with the birthday on Monday as well. Happy birthday to you, Carrie, from your daughters. And Kelly Lamar. Happy birthday, Kelly. I hope you have a great day from your daughters and your son. And hope everybody's taking good care of you. How about Tuesday, November 5th? Who are the election day babies?
I got to say happy birthday to one of my favorite people of all time, Dina Spence.
Yes.
She is married to Chris, the owner. They are the owners of Spokes Pub and Grill. I have known Dina since her little girls were just like little toddlers, and now they're all growing up, and some of them are getting married. But Dina, you haven't changed a bit. Well, I lie. You maybe look a little bit younger. But happy birthday to you, Dina. I just absolutely adore that gal. I hope you are doing fantastic. Speaking of wonderful young ladies, Chris Engler.
Yes.
Celebrating a birthday today. She used to run, and I mean long, long distances. But as with us all, after a while, you can't run anymore. Then she used to walk long distances, and she walks really fast. She is in great shape. Chris, happy birthday to you. She also keeps Kevin on the straight and narrow. How she manages to do that, I don't know.
Yeah, and she's not even going to see her husband on her birthday.
No. And as I remember,
she wants
Kevin
to go
saying,
vote.
that's Kevin's birthday gift to her.
Yeah,
he gets out of the house. Our good buddy, guest of the podcast, Shannon Henson, celebrating a birthday. He's been at Fredericktown for his entire professional career. Graduated from Farmington High School. Happy birthday to you from all your family. Happy birthday to Michelle Gray. She hosted the St. Paul Lutheran School auction one year. Got to know her through that. I hope you're doing great. And Amy McGee celebrating a birthday today. Her mom was Glenda, who used to work at the radio station. And I remember taking Amy and Tim, her son, and Glenda, and we'd go over to the roller skating rink.
Oh, yeah.
And we would all roller skate. And she'd call me Bubble Butt. Thank you, Amy. I'll never forget you for that one. She's a sweetheart, though. Happy birthday to you. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't argue.
Yeah, well, you know. Happy birthday, Corey Serini of Deloge with the birthday on Tuesday. Brenda Gibson, happy birthday, Grandma Brenda. Leslie Duncan, former nursing instructor at the Unitech Career Center. I believe she's at Jefferson College now. Happy birthday to Leslie. Sarah Hawkins celebrating a birthday on Tuesday. Happy birthday, Sarah. And Jared Toon, he's always in tune. He has a birthday on Tuesday. Happy birthday, Jared. Hope it's a great day for you. How about Wednesday, November 6th?
Just one, but she's a sweetheart. Ruthie Kreitz celebrating a birthday. She works at the Farmington Senior Center. She's one of the cooks there, and she's just a wonderful lady. Ruthie, happy birthday wishes to you.
I want to send a very happy birthday to one of my former roommates, Mr. Justin Colton, with a birthday on Wednesday. Justin, one of the most awesome dudes around. Looking great, buddy. Hope it's a great birthday for you. Samantha Duncan with a birthday on Wednesday. And my cousin Paul Michaelis with a birthday on Wednesday. Happy birthday, Paul. Hope it's a good one for you. Thursday, November 7th. Who you got?
Hey, one of my favorite coaches of all time over the years and athletic directors, Paula Abishon.
Yes.
Celebrates a birthday on Thursday. Man, how many years did she teach, coach, and athletic direct at Bismarck?
I'd say close to 20, if not longer.
And she still looks like 25 or 26 years
she's
old.
Really good at her job, too. I mean,
she
was very thorough and on it. And, yeah, you always got the information you needed from Paula.
And she's a heck of a pickleball player, too. So, Paula, happy birthday to you. Andrew Engler, son of Chris and Kevin Engler, celebrating a birthday Thursday. Happy birthday to you, Andrew. And Linda Treester. She is a nursing professional, or was. I believe she's retired now. Now she spends all her time at the Farmington Civic Center. She is a lean, mean working out machine.
Happy birthday on Thursday to former Mineral Area College Theater Director Rick Giles, my old baby boomer co-host, dude. Happy birthday, Slick Rick. Hope it's a good day for you. Sasha McCoy with a birthday on Thursday. Happy birthday to Sasha. Casey Brower. Casey, one of the big wigs in the North County School District. Happy birthday to you, Casey. And Mrs. Chilton from Farmington High School, Ashley Chilton, with a birthday on Thursday. Happy birthday to you. How about birthdays, anniversaries for Friday, November the 8th?
Well, I'm going to let you start off birthdays for Friday because you got a special one.
Oh, my dad, Big Al Lowry, celebrating a birthday on Friday. Happy birthday, Dad. Hope it's a great day for you. Also, Michelle Colton with a birthday. We gave a shout out to her husband, Justin, earlier in the week. Now it's all about Michelle. Happy birthday to you. Brian Dixon with a birthday. Josh Holdman with a birthday. And Ashley Moss, great teacher in the North County School District, with a birthday on Friday as well.
Great man of faith, Pastor Dale Rhodes. Happy birthday to you, buddy. I hope you are doing great. He's been on so many mission trips over the years. I think he's in the 30s now, going overseas. Happy birthday to Tina Hartman. Went to high school with her. She's aged much better than I have. My buddy and almost my neighbor, Kevin Berry, former area basketball referee. Happy birthday to you, Kevin Berry. Dennis Lee, boy, did a lot of great work with Relay for Life. Really helps out with law enforcement-related causes. Happy birthday to you, and happy birthday to Tyler Harris. Got to know her at the Farmington Civic Center and then Farmington Family Dental. Happy birthday.
Saturday, November 9th.
Hey, the gal that cleans my house.
Oh, my gosh.
That keeps me from being evicted from the neighborhood. Celebrating a birthday on Saturday. Happy birthday to you, Lynn Sebastian. I hope you are doing fantastic. I just love that girl. I've known her for at least 30 years. I hope you are doing fantastic. Happy birthday wishes to Justin Wilkinson.
Yes.
Got to know Justin more and more over the last 5 years. He was very involved with the Deloge Chamber of Commerce, and now I've talked him into becoming a member of the United Way of St. Francis County Board of Directors. He is doing a fantastic job. Brandon Craig, happy birthday wishes to you. I hope you are doing good. He used to work at the radio station. And I hope I say this right. Yogi Charlotte Boyer celebrating a birthday. I believe that's Teresa's mom.
That's Charlotte, yeah.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Charlotte.
I hope you do fantastic.
Yeah.
She is one of the nicest ladies you'll ever meet.
Oh, absolutely. Greg Nichols with a birthday on Saturday. Greg is the robotics teacher at the Unitech Career Center. He's had some state and national champions in robotics, does a great job with that program. And Julia Hulsey with a birthday on Saturday as well. Happy birthday to Julia. Sunday, November 10th.
Happy birthday wishes going out to Cassie Thomas. She spent about 3 years as the director of the United Way of St. Francis County. She was with the Chamber of Commerce. Before that, now she's working for the Life Center for Independent Living. Cassie, you did a fine job for us. I thank you for that. Happy birthday wishes to you. Hope you're taking care of that little girl of yours. Hey, she's got grandbabies now. So, Cassie, happy birthday to you from all of your family. Donna Lucas celebrates a birthday on Sunday. She lives in the DeSoto area, does great work for veterans. And I've interviewed her many, many a times for the things she does for veterans in this area. Brett Dickerson, two-time Lutheran of the Year at St. Paul Lutheran Church. Happy birthday to you, two-timer. Happy birthday to John Robinson, not the car salesman, but the former city councilman.
Oh, yes.
For the city of Farmington. Jill McDowell works for Thrivent Financial. Happy birthday to you, Jill. I hope you are doing fantastic. Birthday wishes going out to my buddy Scotty Langston. Hope you're doing great, Scotty. And happy birthday to the one and only Debbie Stang. Married to Dick Stang, former owners of Spokes Pub and Grill. They got it all started back in the day. Debbie, you are just a joy.
So we had both the first ladies of Spokes in this birthday segment there, I guess, right?
We sure did.
Yeah.
Debbie used to call in during severe weather and tell funny jokes as part of severe weather coverage. Debbie.
Oh, Debbie. I got one more to throw at you. Former Park Hills City Administrator Mark McFarland with a birthday on Sunday. Happy birthday to him. Those are your birthdays and your anniversaries, presented by Earth Mother Health Foods. Parkland Pharmacy, local pharmacy at its finest with 6 locations to serve in Deloge, Farmington, Fredericktown, Ironton, Piedmont, and Greenville. And they are sticking people to help make sure that they make it through the cold and flu season.
That's right. They're offering up flu shots. You can also get your COVID booster shots while you're there. And for those of you of a certain age, like yours truly, if you need to meet with somebody for your Medicare Advantage plans, they've got the folks there that can definitely help you out. They are all about the customer service.
I know I was there the day before Halloween, and man, they were so busy that day. But always on top of things, always smiling, always giving you that great customer service. That's what they're all about at Parkland Pharmacy. Again, in Deloge, Farmington, Fredericktown, Ironton, Piedmont, and Greenville, local pharmacy at its finest. Yummy, yummy Save-A-Lots of the Parkland, Bonne Terre, DeSoto, Potosi, Park Hills, and Farmington. Butchers at every store. They got the 5 for $24.99 deal. And there's always something new and interesting to try. I know my brother-in-law kind of created a Emo's Pizza dip, and he got all the ingredients from our local Save-A-Lot store.
I tell you what, and we're getting very close to Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to get your Thanksgiving turkey,
yes,
you definitely want to check out Save-A-Lot. And then for your Christmas hams, I know that Clint will be more than happy to give you the hookup there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They do the best. I know my dad has already secured the Thanksgiving ham. He's kind of weird. But that'll be coming up. And, yes, Save-A-Lot is your place to go for your holiday feast.
Nice, clean stores, wonderful people, great place to shop and save. How about that?
Ooh, save a lot of the Parkland. Southeast Missouri Mental Health Services. They've been providing the mental health services to our area since 1903, and they are currently looking for an advanced practice nurse to fill a position at the East-Southeast region, which is our area. And Mark, the benefits, the amenities, I guess, if you will, of this job look pretty good.
Great salary, about $130,000. This opening shouldn't last too much longer, so you definitely want to give Rick Capias and the folks at the Mental Health Center a call. A lot of people don't realize what a big employer they are. One of the biggest, if not the biggest in the area, with over 1,000 employees. You probably know somebody that works for Southeast Missouri Mental Health Center, and they'll tell you it's a great place to work.
So you can apply for this job and several others they have open right now by calling 573-218-6800 or go to dmh.mo.gov. That's dmh.mo.gov. The state of Missouri is an equal opportunity employer and celebrate diversity and are committed to creating an inclusive environment for all employees. Let's get sporty on the Parkland podcast as we have the
Blue 42
edition.
Blue 42. Hut.
Oh, I jumped offside. Sorry about that. Finals from the first week of high school football playoffs. We begin in Class 3. The Central Rebels defeat the Kennet Indians 30-14.
St. Genevieve looking good. They run past Herculaneum 43-20.
Game of the week, the Fredericktown Black Cats keep their season going and end a tough Potosi team season 23-21.
Let's move on to Class 4. How about those Raiders? North County 31-21 over DeSoto.
Hillsboro getting it going as well, a 55-22 win against Sykeston.
Perryville putting together a really good year. They continue on with a 26-8 win over Windsor.
And then moving up to Class 5, Poplar Bluff ends the Farmington Knights season 56-21.
Next week, Class 1 action will feature Louisiana at St. Vincent. Go Indians.
One Class 2 ball game to tell you about. Kelly is at Valley Catholic as the Warriors begin their playoff push.
Class 3, it's Fredericktown at Dexter. St. Genevieve at Central, always a good game.
Class 4 will be North County at Festus and Hillsboro at Perryville.
And let's see some Class 5 action. St. Mary's at Cardinal Ritter, Poplar Bluff at Cape Central.
Let's talk volleyball now. The Potosi Lady Trojans volleyball team is going to state. They won in straight sets over the weekend, 3-0 over Notre Dame. Potosi will face Odessa Thursday morning at 10 a.m. at the SEMO Center in Cape Girardeau. Potosi is now off school Thursday, so students can root on the Lady Trojans. The Farmington Knights were also able to capture a district title. They fell 3-1 to St. Pius in the quarterfinals, ending their season. And the Bismarck Lady Indians have another district championship in their storied history. However, they would fall in 5 sets to Winona, falling just short of a Final Four appearance. Mineral Area College men's soccer team has their first Region 16 championship. They were able to shut out St. Charles on Saturday 1-0 to capture the hardware. In volleyball, the Lady Cards lost to West Plains in the Region 16 championship game. The Lady Cards can still make the postseason tournament with an at-large selection.
And sticking with Mineral Area College, the MAC men open their home season this coming Friday and Saturday.
The MAC women will also be opening their home schedule this weekend as well.
And wanted to ask your thoughts on the World Series. I know you actually watched a lot of the games, and my takeaway was Freddie Freeman. Oh, my.
He's a beast. He's a beast. He totally deserved the MVP award. He was amazing doing all that with a sprained ankle. It was good. I was glad the Dodgers won. They were the better team.
I think so, too. Very happy for Tommy Edman.
Yeah.
I guess I'm okay with Jack Flaherty having a ring.
Yeah, I guess that's okay, but I was kind of glad to see him get bombed out.
Oh, my. Boy, he sure did.
In Game 5. But Tommy Edman, awesome. And let's not forget about Luke Weaver, had a pretty good postseason form. Do you know who we got for Weaver?
Who?
That's the part of the Paul Goldschmidt deal.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so we can't complain too much about that.
Yeah, that one worked out okay. But who did we get for Tommy Edman? Was that some baseballs and
nothing really good.
Oh, no, wait, that was part of the Eric Fetty deal, wasn't it? So we have Fetty for another year.
Well, so far, Tommy Edman's the man.
Very good. Those are your sports on the Parkland Podcast. Earth Mother Health Foods, earthmotherhealthfoods.com. They're on Harrison Street in downtown Farmington, right behind the police station, 756-7852. But what makes Earth Mother Health Foods so great is the knowledge and the expertise of everybody in that building.
I was talking to Mary Lee this past Friday. She says, I only have to take one pill. And she goes, I take a whole lot of this healthy stuff that we sell here, and I only have to take one medication. And I thought, wow, that's a pretty good testimony. I want to give a shout out as well to Miss Melanie. She hooks me up with the good tea. I've got a spearmint peppermint blend. And not only does it taste delicious, it smells fantastic. When I mix it up in the morning, man, you get the smell of peppermint and spearmint that just goes throughout my house. It is wonderful. They also have some wonderful treats there that I am just addicted to. And when you go there, with every purchase, they give you one of these magazines. It's called Delicious Living. It's got recipes and ideas to cook and to cook healthy. I absolutely love everything about Earth Mother Health Foods. I could get lost in there.
Are you going to start cooking now?
No. but for people who do, yes.
Earth Mother Health Foods, earthmotherhealthfoods.com.
Am I going to click?
Stop by and see them today. Subway of the Parkland, Subway in Farmington in the Maple Valley Center, Subway in downtown Park Hills, and Subway inside the Deloge Walmart Supercenter, all advertising for us here. We love the food. We love the sandwiches. And I know that you love the service.
I love the people at Subway. Heather, Jessica, Brianna, how are you ladies? Every time I go in there, I feel like I'm the most important guy in the world because they smile. Well, they make me feel that way. So Mike and Jake, congratulations on those three gals there. And thank you for bringing back the soups. I love the broccoli cheddar soup they have there. They have great potato soup. I keep wanting to try one of their pizzas because they're so good, but I'm stuck on the soup and the sandwiches and all the other things. But one of these days, I'm going to get in there and actually try a pizza because the gals, they brag about the pizzas all the time. They say they're really good.
And Subway's great for helping out in the community.
Yep.
I know they brought in some sandwiches and cookies and chips for BKTV crew, one of our football nights this year, and are just great to the community.
Their chocolate chip cookies are mouth-wateringly good. They are fantastic.
So check them out. You can also get those gift cards for some really cool Christmas gifts. Subway of the Parkland.
Eat fresh.
The Department of Mental Health for the state of Missouri is seeking an advanced practice nurse to fill a position on their East-Southeast Regional Forensics mobile team. This position includes daytime travel, a flexible work schedule with remote work options available, at a salary of $130,000 annually, and tremendous benefits. This opening will not last long. To apply for the advanced practice nurse position or any other with the Department of Mental Health, please call 573-218-6800 or go to dmh.mo.gov. The state of Missouri is an equal opportunity employer. We celebrate diversity and are committed to creating an inclusive environment for all employees.
Heimberger Construction has the beautiful website, heimbergerconstruction.com. There you can see the beautiful work they've done around the Parkland, or just kind of look around when you're driving around. And Mark, that's all because of the great support they get from Butler Buildings.
Yeah, Butler Buildings, they are the best metal building system on the market. The only buildings that have a pre-punched roof system and a standard 360-degree roof seam for their standing seam roof. And you've got Jennifer Heimberger when you deal with Heimberger Construction. She is one of the most on-the-ball people I have ever met. And she really wants to do the job, and she wants to do it well. She wants to do it right, and she wants to give you the best bang for your buck. So if you're adding on, if you're expanding, if you're relocating, and you need a new building, I totally recommend Heimberger Construction.
HeimbergerConstruction.com, your home of Butler Buildings in the Parkland and in this region. They've done work locally. They've done work nationally. Check them all out. HeimbergerConstruction.com. Let's talk to Joann Watts. She's the executive director of CASA of the Parkland, a unique organization in our area that is very, very helpful to our community. And she's joining us here on the Parkland podcast. Joanna, thanks so much for coming into the bar today. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. This is wonderful.
How long has CASA of the Parkland been around now in this area?
We started in March of 2020, so we are about to hit our 5th anniversary next year. We're really excited about that.
Well, I tell you what, you bring in this new organization that helps kids, and you're ready to jump off and get to a great start, and then bada beam, bada boom, what's the first thing you have to deal with?
Oh, my goodness, COVID. Yes, we had our fundraiser planned. We were ready to go, and then everything shut down. It really changed the game for us. But because of social media, and we were able to use that as a platform to educate the community about who we are and why we're here, and here we are going 5 years strong.
So educate the folks that watch and listen to the Parkland podcast about what CASA does in our area.
Yeah, so CASA is an acronym, Court Appointed Special Advocates. And our CASAs are volunteers. They're members of the community who really want to make a difference and have an impact in the life of a child that's in foster care. So they are appointed by a judge to a child who has been removed from the home because of abuse or neglect. And that CASA volunteer, they go and meet with that child at least once a month. And they really just meet them where they're at. They get to know them. They spend time with them. They will then find out what their wishes are. They'll get to know other people in their life, their teachers, their parents, their foster parents. And then they report back to the team. That includes like attorneys or caseworkers, people like that, and especially the judge about what's going on, what the child's wishes are. Are there any concerns? Are there any resources we need to provide this child so that they can really thrive while they're in foster care? But most importantly, they're that consistent person in their life. So a child in foster care moves in our area, because we serve the 4 counties that make up the 24th Circuit, and they move on average about 5 times in 2 years. That's a lot of change. That's a lot of change in homes and school districts and everything. But they have one CASA. That one CASA goes everywhere that they go. When they go and visit, they go to them. So they always have that familiar face. They know they have somebody on their side who will stick up for them when needed.
And that's very important. I know we've talked about this in the past because in a lot of cases, these kiddos feel like they've got nobody there just for them.
Oh, it's so true. I mean, we were working with children of all ages. I mean, I think we had a CASA who was working with a 2-week-old baby up into like 17, 18-year-olds. And there's different needs for each of those children. But there's always a CASA there. There's one CASA who is working with a teenager now to help them graduate. I mean, really involved, working with the school, being that support for this youth. And he's going to graduate. I mean, it's been amazing, the impact that the CASAs have. But then you see, it's one of my favorites, it's the change in that CASA, in that volunteer, and the impact that child has on them.
Is this a good way if somebody is maybe thinking about becoming a foster parent? Would this be like a good stepping stone maybe to see if it's a good fit for them?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have our CASA volunteers, they have just a range of backgrounds. Some have been foster parents and they're not fostering any longer. Some are interested in fostering and do want to kind of get their foot in the door. That's kind of how I started. My family, my parents were foster parents. And so we had, growing up, children in foster care that lived with us. And as I got older, kind of understood why they were there. Not so much as a kid. But when I heard about CASA, I was thinking, well, I was in my early 20s. I'm thinking I'm not going to be able to foster right now. But I could do this. Mm-hmm. I could be a part of this, for 5 to 7 hours a month. I could be there with a child in foster care and really help give them their voice. And so I did.
It takes time, it takes talent, it takes resources, it takes money to run an organization. And you have one of your biggest, if not your biggest, fundraiser of the year coming up later this month.
Yes, Festival of Trees.
Yes.
I love it. So yeah, this is our 5th year for Festival of Trees. It's goodness gracious, November 29th and 30th.
Might as well be December.
I know. So it's always the weekend of Thanksgiving, that Friday and Saturday of Thanksgiving. We transformed the Centene Center into just a magical forest of Christmas trees. We have wonderful business and organizations, schools that decorate Christmas trees. So we provide the Christmas tree. It's 6.5 to 7.5 foot Christmas trees, and they decorate them. We also have people who decorate tabletop trees and wreaths, and then we auction those off. That's how it's a fundraiser for us. We have a gingerbread competition as well. A lot of activities, like we have ornament decorating for a kid activity. We've got letter writing to Santa, and it's free to the community to come and walk around and then, bid on a tree, and you have a fully decorated, beautiful tree to display at home. It's wonderful.
Wow, what a great fundraising idea. How can people get involved with that event that day, other than just showing up? What's maybe some leading up to the event work you need or things like that?
Yeah, so, there's opportunities to volunteer. We have just a couple of days to set up the Centene Center. So we are looking for people who want to help decorate for Christmas, essentially, in a really, really big space. We also are needing people to help just the cleanup as well, or at the event, help us talk about CASA, help people, kind of understand the way around the Centene Center, because there is a lot going on. It is an online auction, so that opens up noon on Thanksgiving Day. So as people are done eating, they can go online and start looking at all of the trees, and then come in on Friday and Saturday to see them in person.
Some very talented people decorate these trees as well.
Oh my goodness. I could never.
Yeah.
We have so many people that come and do that, and they're all so unique. they take a lot of we call them designers. They take a lot of pride in the work that they do to make just these beautiful trees. And they're very, all the ornaments are very secure so that when we deliver them, everything stays in place. So you get a tree just like you saw. And TNT and Company Moving Services, they're actually donating their time and their trucks to deliver everything for free. And it's free delivery up to 25 miles from the Centene Center, which covers our service area.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Tell us about the gingerbread houses.
She is a mean gingerbread making machine, I can tell you that.
I just followed somebody on YouTube. That's all that it is. So, and thank you, Mark, for always being one of our judges.
Love it.
So, yeah, we have our gingerbread competition. There's lots of room for that. It's a lot of fun. I mean, we have categories for all ages. So really any age, and if there's even a group that wants to get together or a business who wants to make a gingerbread house and enter it into the competition, it's a lot of fun. We've had, I think, like a Stranger Things theme last year. Yes. We had, I did a greenhouse. My daughter, who just turned 10, she's done, just kind of like a candy house. But they're a lot of fun. Oh, West Mountain Dental, they always do a rock star job.
Yes, Rob Baker and his Karate Academy, they're always involved. Now, will your husband be bringing his train set again?
Yes, it's his favorite. He gets to play with trains all week. So he has this Lionel trains, and he makes a big display of his trains. We usually set up like a Christmas village in it, but this year we are going to have Legos on display.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yes, they are so neat. We'll have like the Home Alone house. We'll have a bunch of Christmas displays. We'll have well, I'm not going to give away. Trust me, there's some good ones. So our date night usually consists of building Legos.
Hey, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it actually is a lot of fun. So we'll have Lionels and Legos. Nice. It'll be a lot of fun.
Very, very cool. Joann Watts, again, our guest executive director of CASA of the Parkland, the Festival of Trees event happening at the Centene Center in Farmington, November 29th and 30th. You can find out more information at casaoftheparkland.org. Talk a little bit about the CASA house specifically there on A Street and what that facility is all about.
Yes, we're just so grateful. The city of Farmington owns a house on A Street. It's just the corner there by the library. It's a 2-story white house. And we were able to move into it earlier this year to have now the CASA house. And it's not only serves as our office, but it's a place where children and families can come and do their visits. So children in foster care, they are able to spend time with their parents, sometimes like 1 hour a week, sometimes 8 hour a week. It depends on the process and what the parents are allowed. But these visits mean a lot to the children, and they mean a lot to the parents. Sure. Sometimes children are even split into different homes, and so this is the time where they can visit all together. Well, we wanted to create a home environment, a place that would be familiar to them if they were to go back home, a place that is safe for them to visit. So we have everything at the house. We've got pots and pans, a dining room table, a kitchen, living room, where families can interact. They can cook together, they can eat together, they can play together, in a safe environment that will be familiar when they are reunified with their parents.
Now, we're talking a lot about CASA of the Parkland, Farmington, but you actually serve pretty much the entire 24th Judicial Circuit, right?
We do. We serve St. Genevieve County, Madison County, Washington County, and St. Francis County. And the CASA house is in Farmington because that's where our circuit courthouse is. But it's used by all of our counties. All of the children and the caseworkers, they have used it, and they can. It's open to them.
And tell us about some of the other folks that work with you to accomplish your mission.
Oh, my goodness. We have just such an amazing team. I mean, obviously, we have the board of directors, but we have wonderful case advocacy supervisors, and they work hand in hand with our volunteers to make sure that they can work through a very complex process and have the support they need. But Jerry Wright, she's been with CASA for a little bit over 3 years now, and is just fabulous. Mackenzie Bennett, she's a case advocacy supervisor. She focuses primarily on Washington County. And then new to the team is Mandy White, who has a lot of experience with the child welfare system. So all of us, all of us together really really help each other. We all have different strengths, but we all have the same passion. So it's wonderful to work with these fabulous ladies.
And for the volunteers that want to be a CASA, you have a training class that they'll go through to make sure they're ready for this.
Yes, we do. It's a 30-hour training class over about 6 weeks, but anybody can be a CASA volunteer. There's some guidelines with that, like over 21 and some other things, but the training it really lays the foundation for the work that we do at CASA. It doesn't hit everything because every child situation is so unique. That's why we are there to supervise them and to help support them and give that ongoing training. But we have trainings about 2 to 4 times a year. So we have one going on right now. Our next one will be in the spring. So for anybody that is interested in volunteering, there's a really easy online application on our website. You come in for an interview, and we just get that process started.
Very good. Anything else coming up on the horizon that we need to let folks know about?
Is that not enough? I'm just kidding. No, there's always stuff going on at the CASA House. I mean, right now we're already decorating for Christmas. For anybody who wants to come and see the CASA House, I'm always happy to give a tour, talk more about the work that we do. We need everybody to be involved in this, whether that's volunteering their time or, maybe their talent or a special skill, making donations. We are a nonprofit, and we do rely on community donations to do this great work and to really carry out our mission and help these children that are in foster care.
And you had a lot of kiddos come by for Halloween.
Oh, man, we had so much fun. This was our first year taking trick-or-treaters, at the CASA House. We had almost 1,000 children come and to give out candy. I mean, it was just awesome. And they all got a flyer for Festival of Trees, too.
Nice.
There you go. Nice. Good marketing.
Yes.
Yes.
Joanna, appreciate your time. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
All right, that's Joann Watts, Executive Director of CASA of the Parkland. Don't forget about Festival of Trees happening at the Centene Center on November 29th and 30th. You can find out more information online at casaoftheparkland.org.
The St. Francis County Republican Central Committee wants to make sure that our rights are protected this November. The committee endorses Mike Henderson for Missouri State Senate District 3. Becky Lobinger for State Representative in the 117th District. Carrie Buckley for St. Francis County District 1 Associate Commissioner. And Dale Wright for State Representative in the 116th District. These candidates represent conservative values and will uphold the Constitution and protect the freedoms that make America great. This message paid for by the St. Francis County Republican Central Committee. Kyle Smith, Treasurer.
We love telling you about all the cool stuff that happens around the area, and our main ally to provide that information to you is Discover Farmington. They are all about not only promoting the city of Farmington, Mark, but the entire Farmington region.
Boy, when you think back over the year that was, as we're now into November, and you look at all the different events, and I'm not going to list them all because we don't have time, but all the outdoor concerts, the Blues Brews and barbecues, the cemetery tour, the 100th anniversary of Long Haul, they just really have made Farmington and this entire area a real destination point. If you want to know what's happening in and around this area, Discover Farmington is a fantastic tool to do just that.
And the Christmas season is coming up quickly. And, of course, Discover Farmington will have all the information about all the cool Christmas celebrations that are planned for the Parkland as well. Discover Farmington, more than you ever imagined. Want to talk about Booz & Bark Flooring and Granite. They have been family-owned and operated since 1941. As long as I can remember, Booz & Bark Carpet has been in our area. And, Mark, if you were to survey, I guess, all the homes in St. Francis County, I would say a majority of them have something in them from Booze and Barks.
Let's send a shout out to Gary and to Todd and Chad and all the folks at Booze and Bark for being a part of the podcast. Boy, if you like selection, if you like options, if you're not sure what you want in terms of flooring, whether it be hardwood or carpeting or vinyl, these are the folks to see. And where are you located at? It doesn't matter. If you can see this podcast, you're pretty much in Booze and Bark country.
And if you live outside of Booze and Bark carpet or Booze and Bark country, you can go to boozeandbarkflooring.com and it can be shipped to you no matter where you are. That's how good they do. Boozeandbarkflooring.com has a great deal right now. You can save up to 50% off the top colors of in-stock Core Tech flooring. Of course, Booze and Bark does countertops, trailers, and so much more.
Yeah, there's a lot to choose from, like we said, at Booze and Bark, and they're very involved in the community as well. Great to be partnering up with you on the podcast.
There's a reason why Booze and Bark has so many employees of over 10, 20, 30 years. They have that spacious showroom on Highway 67 at the Fairgrounds exit. And, of course, they take great care of their customers. 431-4100, Booze and Bark, Flooring and Granite, proud sponsor of the Parkland Podcast. Music, music, music. We love the music. We love talking about it here on the Parkland Podcast. And this is our segment where we pick out a song and an album that we like, and we tell you a little bit about them. And we encourage you to let us know about songs and albums that you like, and you can tell us stuff about them. What is your song of the week, Toti?
Oh, my song of the week is awesome. It's from the group Mason Prophet. It's the song Two Hangmen. Two hangmen hanging from a tree. Great, great tune. You would not hear it on regular radio. You had to listen to album-oriented rock back in the day to play that song. Very politically minded as well. Just a wonderful tune. Mason Prophet. Check it out, kids. You won't be disappointed. And for my album of the day, you know, I'm a big fan of The Who. Seen them 3 times in concert. Also a big fan of Pete Townshend's solo. This is his Empty Glass album, and a lot of people know it from the hit song Let My Love Open the Door and Rough Boys, which are two great songs. Run in the Streets.
I want to hug and kiss you.
Yeah, we won't go there. The thing I really also like about this is if you get the album and you open it up and you look on the backside where he thanks a lot of people, he also says, finally, thanks to Remy Martin Cognac for saving my life by making the bloody stuff so expensive, which I got a huge kick out of. But probably Pete Townshend's best solo album, Empty Glass. Check it out if you haven't already.
For my song of the week this week, I'm going to do You Can Call Me Al
by
the great Paul Simon. It's a song about having a midlife crisis. I guess 49 now. Is this? Hopefully this is the midlife, and I still got another 49 years left. But I think what is the coolest thing about this song, and if you are a bass player, you know the bass solo in Call Me Al is like the coolest thing ever.
Well, that's very cool, but if I remember correctly, the other thing that's very cool is, didn't he do the video of this song with Chevy Chase?
Yes, right at the peak of Chevy Chasedness.
Yeah, before Chevy went off the deep end a little bit, but the video was awesome as well.
Very, very cool. You Can Call Me Al from the Graceland album. The Graceland album is also great, too. That could be a great pick from 1986. For my album, I'm borrowing one of Mark's here.
Again.
I got a good one, though. Rolling Stones, Let It Bleed. And this one has my favorite Rolling Stones song on it, Give Me Shelter, which, what a great tune. That one's been used in so many movies, too. Mick Jagger makes so much money off that song alone.
Little trivia for you. There's another song on that album, which might very well be my favorite Rolling Stones song. You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometime, you can get what you need. That song actually was the B-side of the single, Give Me Shelter.
Huh, wow.
So there you go, and it turned out to be just as big a hit.
Yeah, probably a little better commercially. But
both great tunes.
Absolutely. So there you go, Rolling Stones, and that is your album of the week. Who do we have coming up on episode, 23 of the Parkland podcast next week?
We're going to hear from the Rotary Club. Our good buddy Jerry Weems is going to join us.
Oh, Jerry.
Jerry, you got some splaining to do. And Don Sanders is going to be our guest from the St. Francis County Community Partnership.
Great. I know they have a lot coming up with Season of Hope.
Season of Hope. That's what she wants to talk about.
Excellent. Very, very cool. So we'll have those guests. Who knows? Maybe a few more and lots of cool information for you to use. Until then, please make sure to like, subscribe, download, share with a friend. And thank you for listening to the Parkland Podcast.